Sagittarius is wild freedom wrapped in wisdom, and when this energy lives in your sun or rising sign, you move through life like a cosmic explorer, always seeking truth, growth, and the kind of experience that makes you feel more alive than yesterday. You are built for motion, for laughter, for stories that start with, "I probably shouldn't have done that, but here's what happened." You live to learn, and you learn by doing, often the hard way, but always with a lesson that becomes a great story or a belief-shifting breakthrough. Your presence is bold and buoyant, full of fire and optimism, with a restlessness that keeps you reaching past the horizon while others are still setting up camp. You don't do small, you don't do stuck, and you definitely don't do anything. That feels like a cage. You're a seeker of experience, of ideas, of meaning. You need movement in your body and your beliefs, and when either gets stagnant, your spirit starts pacing the walls. In career, you thrive in roles that offer autonomy, adventure, or the chance to teach, inspire, or explore. You are a natural motivator, educator, storyteller, or entrepreneur. You may find yourself changing careers more than once, not because you're lost, but because you refuse to settle. You want work that excites you, that allows you to expand your worldview, and that gives you the freedom to live on your own terms. You don't mind taking risks if the reward is growth. In fact, you get bored without the thrill of the unknown. You work best in environments that give you room to move, to question, and to innovate. Financially, you are both generous and idealistic. You believe money should serve freedom, not create limits. You're not afraid to spend on experiences, travel, education, or anything that expands your sense of self. You might be a little inconsistent with budgeting, because future planning feels too rigid, but when you tie money goals to your values and dreams, you become magnetic. Manifestation for you works best when it's tied to purpose and play. Set big goals, make them feel like adventures. Speak them aloud with belief, then chase them with joy. You don't attract through control, you attract through vision. In relationships, you are passionate, independent, and emotionally honest. You love deeply, but you also need space. You want someone who challenges you, travels with you, and gives you room to grow. You're not afraid of commitment. You're afraid of limitation. You need a partner who sees your wild heart and says, "Go live," not "Where are you going?" You're affectionate, funny, and often the person who helps your partner see life in a more hopeful way. But you need emotional intelligence in return. You don't do well with jealousy, control, or passive aggression. You'd rather leave than feel trapped. Emotionally, you are expressive, reactive, and sometimes avoidant. You feel deeply, but you'd rather laugh or intellectualize than sit in pain. You process through movement, conversation, and perspective. Stillness can feel suffocating unless it's paired with inspiration. You may minimize your own feelings to avoid discomfort, but real growth comes when you let yourself stay with what hurts long enough to understand it. You don't need to fix everything. Sometimes just feeling it is enough. Spiritually, you are a seeker. You're drawn to philosophy, religion, mysticism, travel, and anything that expands your understanding of existence. You are not loyal to one path. You take what resonates from many and create your own belief system. You may feel most connected when under a big sky, in a foreign country, or deep in conversation about the meaning of life. Rituals work for you when they're flexible, honest, and aligned with your current truth. You don't follow blindly. You follow what moves you. Your version of manifestation is about belief plus motion. Set the intention, then run toward it full speed with your heart wide open. Socially, you are magnetic, hilarious, and often the one who lifts everyone's mood. You're blunt, but not cruel. You say what others are thinking, and people appreciate your honesty even when it stings. You make fast friends and believe in humanity even when the world gives you reasons not to. But you also need solitude. Alone time helps you process what you've absorbed from others. Don't be afraid to step back when your fire dims. Your real ones will still be there. Your daily life needs variety, inspiration, and room to breathe. Routines only work if they feel like a choice, not a cage. Build structure around freedom. Try time blocks with flexibility. Schedule and spontaneity. Keep things fresh. Travel, new classes, different routes to the store all help keep your mind and spirit engaged. Your shadow shows up in avoidance, exaggeration, and emotional bypassing. You may run from intimacy when it gets too real or laugh off pain because vulnerability feels like weakness. But your true power lies in letting yourself be seen, messy and all. Stop needing every answer to be a joke or philosophy. Let some of it just be felt. Childhood may have taught you that being light, funny, or smart was the safest way to be loved. But now, your healing comes when you realize you're lovable even in silence, even in sadness, even when standing still. Decision-making is often fast and gut-based. You follow excitement. You trust your instincts, and you leap before others even notice the ledge. This makes you brave, but sometimes inconsistent. The key is learning to pause just long enough to check in with your long-term vision. Not everything fun is freedom, and not everything serious is a trap. Motivation for you comes from meaning, from movement, from the possibility of becoming more. You're inspired by new ideas, big visions, and the promise of discovery. Let that be your compass. Your aesthetic is eclectic, colorful, and freedom-based. You dress for movement, mood, and meaning. Your space reflects your experiences, your dreams, and your ever-growing bookshelf. You don't need perfection, you need expression. Your body thrives on high-energy movement, spontaneous adventure, and food that fuels your fire. You do best with exercise that doesn't feel like a chore. Hiking, dancing, travel-based activities, anything that feels like a story. You eat with curiosity, not control. Let food be joyful, not judgmental. Forgiveness comes easily when your heart is light, but if you feel betrayed or boxed in, your fire can burn bridges fast. Your growth is learning when to stay, when to speak, and when to stop running. Sagittarius, you are not just the traveler, you are the truth seeker. And when you follow your joy without abandoning your roots, you become the fire that lights the whole world. I hope these words bring clarity and inspiration to your day, my dear stargazers. Remember, the stars guide, but you hold the power to shape your destiny. Now I'd love to hear from you. Did today's words resonate with you? Share your thoughts, experiences, or even your own cosmic insights in the comments below. Let's create a little community of starlight and support because together, we shine even brighter. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more daily cosmic guidance. Until next time, keep dreaming big and manifesting magic.